welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going against DSVG. Most of you should know Yunash and Swedia. So right now my first match will be against Mojo, and I'm just going to use quick because Mojo isn't a defensive champ, so I'm not worried about indestructible. The only thing that happened in this video is somehow I've been having this problem with Quake, that when I put in her heavy, it does not input correctly, and I think somewhere around here I get hit there, right there, and it didn't evade the I have to watch it over to see exactly what happened, but I've been having this problem with Quick that every time I try to put the evade or the heavy, it doesn't really trigger. So as you can see, Mojo was an easy fight, and my next fight, who is it? I think it's Abomination. Yeah, so I'm going to use Captain Marvel, Mrs. Sparkle, because you know she gets the job done easily. And this node also has physical resistance, and the problem I'm having with physical resistance is that when Captain Marvel hits him, most of the time it does not crit, and a lot of his health would not come out. And this is only a R2 Abomination. I really don't know who R2 Abomination, but it's not going to be a difficult fight. Those fights with Captain Marvel is just time consuming because of the physical resistance that he gets. I'm not worried too much about the indestructible. I'm just watching my timer to see if I could keep my binary up for as long as possible. Bait out his L1 or his special one, and not push him too much to special 2, because I have a lot of time to waste right here. I also could let go of that SP3, but it really wouldn't make any sense because I would just be losing charges, and I don't want to lose charges at this point. And most times when I do let go of that SP3, it's nothing really happens really. He loses about 6 to 7% health. So my plan here is just to keep heavy in him so I stay above the charges. And as you can see, this fight is over. Alright, so my next fight will be Invisible Woman. Now I had to check to see if she was defensive, and apparently she is. So I was debating whether to use Nick Fury or not, and I didn't use Nick Fury because there was also a Sasquatch as the boss, and just in case we needed an option for Sasquatch, Nick Fury is a good option. So I went with the easy option to use Quake. And even though she's a defensive champ, I'm not like Munash. I'm not that good at just evades only. It's a bit tricky. I do it, but not in war. So what I'm basically going to do here is, between the sweet spot for Quake is between 10 and 13. So if you have a defensive champ that's not stun immune, all you do is look at the timer at 10 to 13. You want to stun them or parry them. That way it removes the indestructible charges, and then the stun would be long enough so when Quake gets to 15, which is ideal, most times you will see that the aftershock is at 15, they would lose health. So one of my alliance members did that against did that against Thing. I will see if I could get the video and post it later. Thing was stun immune, so he kept evading until the time was right and parry him. So that way, it's not difficult. It's just it takes practice, and I don't think during the season is the time to practice. But if you have time, you have time. But it was a really good fight. He almost had him down. And now I'm going against Black Widow Clairvoyant, and as you could see, I already got hit. And just like I said before, it's been tricky because during this war, I think I was practicing a lot of the evades only. Like when I was dueling, I did evades only. So what happened is when you do evades only and you go back to evade decks, it's very tricky, because sometimes your fingers will just automatically go to evade only, and then you catch yourself like, no, this is not what I want, this is not the timing that I want. So this war was a bit tricky with me that way, because I was practicing the evade only, especially since we were going against Minash. I wanted to do a little show offy, but that didn't work out as planned, so I had to stick with the regular, just Quake and Dex. Now, as you can see, I'm going against Silver Surfer. I didn't really duel him, to say. Reason being is, like, I think I'm used to him by now. The only downside is having to know when to evade his medium, like right there. His medium will catch you off guard if you don't know how to evade it properly, because it's also a 2-hit on the medium. So it's a bit tricky, and the way I learned to evade the double medium is by always doing an extra deck. So basically, when I evade his light, I'm gonna dex his medium and then evade again. Well, evade or dex, it depends on which combo he uses. But like most times, you'll see people doing a dex like a few times, even though the champion is not going to throw a hit. We automatically just dex. That helps as well. The timing just has to be like perfect, because then the last part of the medium attack will hit you, and it's not nice. So as you could see, we're kind of leading this war, and my last fight would be long shot. So I'm just gonna quick long shot. So my next fight is long shot. Nothing special there. I just didn't remember what his medium was, so I went into the fight, and then I had to try to pick up on what his medium was. And apparently I seem to be getting hit with Quake a lot more these days. Maybe because I only use her for Alliance Wars. But nothing much really with this one. It was a long one. I only got hit that once, and then everything else was back to normal. So enjoy. So ladies and gentlemen, that was it for my Alliance War. We unfortunately did not get Sasquatch down. I was not available to play that time, and hope you enjoyed.